Hello, welcome out to the Death Battle cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle.
I don't know if
laughing.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Sean actually plays the drums every time you come in.
I air drum us in every time I'm on the show.
It's a good intro.
That's Sean.
Hi.
He's a writer for Death Battle. He wrote Strange vs. Fate, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. I'm Ben. I play Wiz.
Sure, we're all out of order.
You see me drinking.
I know, and that's why I wanted to make it awkward.
Ruin the order. You guys figure it out.
Okay,
Come on, Chad.
Hey, I'm Chad.
Sorry, I'm there.
Fuck.
You fucking. You wanna go?
Hey,
Go.
I'm Chad.
I'm Tori. I'm the. You gotta stop. You gotta let me do it.
Hey, that's Tori, and he animates.
And that's Chad. He plays Boomstick.
Done.
There we
nailed
go. How about from now on we just introduce other people other than ourselves?
That'd actually be pretty fun.
Yeah, more comfortable that way.
All right. And yeah, we are here to talk about Strange vs. Fate, the Death Battle that just came out recently, this past week, on Rooster Teeth first and on YouTube 2 days later. And we're really excited about this episode because it was a crazy mess, basically, to put it together, because these characters are so unbelievably powerful.
As you can tell by Sean's happy face.
Space wizards.
Yeah.
Space wizards.
Reality warping, time manipulating space wizards.
Like Star Wars. Space Wizards.
You know what? That's a fine comparison. I'm okay with that. I will accept that. Just like Star Wars.
I mean, that's why it
Star
exists,
Wars,
right?
Star Wars original expanded universe, where they basically able to will force.
Just you
create
know
life
what?
and stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I thought Star Wars were like made because like regular wizards weren't cool, and they're like, now they're space.
kind of.
wizards.
It was like we're gonna make space wizards and space knights. And
Yeah, exactly.
that was.
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah.
Now he's won over.
It-
Did not anything we've ever talked about before that didn't do it. But Ben explains the premise: the space wizards and space knights together, and he's like, "Shit, I want to watch that."
Yeah, but it kind of like doesn't like play out like that until like the Clone Wars when they actually have a war and they actually fight.
It's very
They're
tempered.
kind of constantly in a war.
That's true.
It's called Star Wars.
Like it's
yeah, but there's
But we're not here to talk about Star Wars.
so much fighting happening.
If you want to see Torian struggle a bit with Star Wars, we actually did an episode, I think it was 2 casts ago, where
Yeah, I
we
think
did
so.
trivia with Torian with Star Wars, and you got quite a few of the
You helped me. I get it now.
answers right.
I get
but-
it. There's space knights and space wizards.
Cool. Good.
Space sorcerer.
But like I said, we're here to talk about Strange vs. Fate. But before we do that, there's a community death battle. We do this every single episode, and we now are able to do the polls for them with you live. So if you go to the chat, there will be a link in the chat that you can click to go to the poll for the community death battle between Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles and Wreck-It Ralph.
And if you're wondering, how do I watch it live? Well, all you have to do is become a first member.
Today.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and check out a free trial and come watch us live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Then you also get access to, like, we have a post show that we do, and it gives you get to watch all of our stuff early, discounts on merchandise, and there's a couple extra stuff you can watch. So, yeah, consider at least checking it out, see if it's for you. We appreciate it.
And I'm also looking at the chat as we're talking about Strange versus Fate. If you have anything you want to say about it that we can chat about, let us know right there, and we'll bring it up. So let's just jump into these questions about Strange versus Fate.
Explain yourself.
I will.
So if you
That's what we
haven't-
should call this segment. Explain yourself.
It's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the latest Death Battle, you should probably go watch it because we're about to spoil it. We're going to be talking about the victor, why the victor won, things like that.
The doctor wins.
Well, now you don't have to watch it.
I didn't
All
know
right.
that.
We've made that joke like 30 times
Oh.
in the office, too.
Oh, okay. Well, good. At least at least it's the first time on stream.
Yeah, maybe.
It might actually not be. It
Probably
might not be.
Probably not. No.
Anyway, so we've got 11 questions to get through, which is a lot, but it is a very complex matchup.
Rapid fire. Let's do it.
So, first question. Why didn't Strange use the time stone to turn back time or put Fate in a time loop like he did to Dormammu?
Because-
Also, what about the Soul Stone?
Because the Time Stone is a Marvel Cinematic Universe MacGuffin for the whole Infinity War thing, and he doesn't need the Time Stone. He could just, I'm back in time.
Yeah.
I'm forward in time. Fate just, I'm all through time. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
As the
that's how
classic
Strange do.
Doctor Strange quote goes.
The Aya Agamotto specifically, it's just one of many things he's used to help him travel through time on
Sure.
multiple occasions. He doesn't.
I mean,
time stone.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Eye of Agamotto is specifically like a casing for the,
For the
time
Time
stone.
Stone.
Whereas in the comics, it is its own artifact with its own powers.
Right.
And we just did an episode recently where we talked about the rules of Death Battle, and one of the rules is that we pick a main timeline, but other like timelines and official material for that character can be used as supporting evidence so long as it's not contradictory. Having the Eye of Agamotto be this time stone, one of the Infinity Stones, is contradictory to what it is in the actual comic line, so we're not going to use that. However, it doesn't really matter because Strange can just do time manipulation
anyways.
And so can Fate. So I've seen a lot of people say like, well, he could have just put him in a time loop and then he'd win, just like he did with Dormammu. Fate would just leave.
I've come here to bark. What? Where did he go?
Where did he go? Exactly. And that's the thing,
Where
is
am
like
I?
we don't really understand how like time travel really. There's like all sorts of theories about how time travel would work, like string theory and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if these two tried to have a time battle against each other, nobody knows how that would work out. Like,
I mean, ultimately, it wouldn't accomplish anything.
no, because they would just keep putting each other in time.
Well, like we
loops.
said in the episode, both of them can basically do all of the same things.
Exactly.
So if one of them is going to manipulate the reality around them or the time around them, the other one can as well.
Yep.
So having one of them win because of their time manipulation powers would be...
It'd be us influencing the fight, because then we choose who uses it first.
Well,
and,
it'd be contradictory because the other one also has that power. So, like, wouldn't they be able to win with those time manipulation powers? So when we do compare the characters, those essentially...
kind of cancel each other out.
It's a basic way to look at it, but they essentially cancel each other out. Obviously, the actual process is more complicated than that because we look into how they use time manipulation, what they could do with it, if one can do more with it, which, not with time manipulation specifically, but with other powers, is what led to Fate winning.
Right.
But, yeah, generally speaking, because they can do the same thing with time, that basically cancels each other out. As far as the Soul Stone goes, a couple people are saying, Strange has wielded the Soul Stone, so why doesn't he get that? That is not a part of his arsenal. He just had it at one point. Like, it'd be a little unfair if with every single character we went back through their entire history, especially with comic book characters, and gave them whatever weapon they've ever touched.
Didn't Deadpool get the Infinity Gauntlet at one point?
Plenty of characters have wielded the Infinity... Captain America.
Yeah, that's right. There we go.
America has wielded the Infinity Gauntlet. Do you think we're going to give him the Infinity Gauntlet when he's fighting Batman? No, that's stupid. That's not part of his main arsenal, so he's not going to get it. Strange, if any character is going to be associated with the Soul Stone, like primarily, I think it would be Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Like if we ever brought him into Death Battle, yeah, we'd probably give him the Soul Stone because that's part of his arsenal, at least as far as I'm aware. I mean, obviously we would...
We do the research into it for sure, but yeah, Adam Warlock and the Soul Stone, they're kind of
be the most likely
intertwined,
use for the Soul Stone in Death Battle. But you know, we haven't looked into bringing Adam Warlock into a Death Battle yet. So if we do, that would be a
maybe when Guardians Volume 3 comes out. It seems like Warlock's going to make an appearance in that.
Next question.
Why did you lowball Strange's speed? You ignored his feat when he outraced the Big Bang. And we actually have a panel for this, the Big Bang feat, where he supposedly outraces it.
Here, but he doesn't.
Oh, we got Told You So
Yeah.
panel?
Yeah.
Told you so panel.
Well, from Marvel Premiere number 14. So basically what's happening here, it's a complicated mess, but Strange is in the middle of a conflict with God. Like Genesis.
Hate it when that happens.
He literally calls himself Genesis. He is the Christian God. Apparently this series of issues caused some controversy.
Can't imagine why.
But what ends up happening is God starts the Big Bang and it creates the universe, and Strange is there. And so in the second panel there, I think we have another page that can kind of zooms in on it. It looks like he's flying away from the Big Bang, but in the text it says he's hurled in front of the Big Bang, riding the crest. And it also says that they're mortal, which is actually not technically correct, but kind of. I mean, we'll get into that later, but because they can die from something like this. But they are riding the crest of the blast, and you could kind of think that okay, maybe they're flying away, and the galaxy and the Big Bang is pushing them, but it doesn't even seem like that's happening because in the next set of panels, it implied like Strange and Mordo just appear back on Earth. They're just like, poof, we're back. How did we get here? And Strange theorizes that instead of actually being pushed or moving through the universe as the Big Bang is happening, God reset them. He just like put them where they're supposed to be. Time, either God or time itself, put them back where they're supposed to be. So there's really no feat here at all, honestly, like that you could quantify as a limit of some sort.
That's like saying, oh, this guy's a surfer and he can run faster than someone surfing down a wave. You know, like, because he's getting pushed on a thing. Like that. It's
well, and just the fact
like
they
alone.
chose the word riding forward instead of flying forward.
Yeah.
It implies that they were just part of that wave of.
But it's like a weird pushing him through time and space sort of thing where.
And then poof, he's just
kind of there. We don't know how fast he's moving. We don't know how this works. It's just sort of some kind of magic thing happens, and then he appears on Earth.
But it doesn't specifically say, like, oh, the Big Bang is happening. I better stay ahead of it by flying, you know?
Well, I love the Winds of Watum feat that we got for him because going into this, it was so hard to quantify. Magic in general is just really hard to quantify whenever we go into these episodes. We ran into the same kind of issue with Raven versus Twilight. We're just like, how do we prove one character stronger than the other when magic is just like, it can do whatever. Like, who knows what this magic is capable of doing? But Strange using that spell, which is not even his own power. He's asking for power from a god or from a higher being to give him winds, which literally push him back to Adam Warlock at a faster speed than he could do himself, is a really good evidence that he couldn't do that himself. So he's not going to be able to move faster than that.
needs a boost.
That sets a certain limit. Now, maybe he could find a way to move faster than that with some other means, like maybe he finds an artifact somewhere else and then he can use that to move faster, or whatever. But like Strange himself uses that spell in a way that kind of sets a limit for him. It's the only example we could find that could compare to Fate in that way.
Do it, Chad. Fucking kill it. Do it. Do it. You got it. You got it.
Oh! Sorry.
Execute.
A fly's been, well, Ben was talking, a fly was flying around us, and I nailed it.
We got a mini death battle right now. Be careful not to flick it into somebody's
No, I
back.
pulled his wings off. That way he can.
Jesus Christ!
What? What? Why y'all judging?
I mean, I took its life humanely, but you're the one who desecrated
he's
its
still
corpse.
alive.
Like-
He's still
Oh,
alive.
Jesus!
I just didn't want him
that
to
even
fly
work?
around anymore.
Put it out of its misery.
Torian, please do the honors.
No.
Torrin's like, you're not accomplice me in this. He's like,
Right.
We're all part
Torrin's
of it.
like, I don't want to get blamed for this.
Everybody participate.
This was over when Chad hit it.
It's still alive.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah, now it's in agony.
Chad hit
You're a
it,
monster.
and I was like, great. And then
it ain't flying around
picked
no
it up,
more.
and now we're
It ain't
arguing
flying around
about
no more.
it,
Does
and
PETA get
then-
mad over flies?
I don't think
Whatever,
so.
fuck
Does
Come
who get
on.
mad over?
All right.
PETA.
Next question. Doesn't True Fate count as outside help? Would he have still won without it?
No, Inza's part of his arsenal.
Yeah, essentially, we talked a bit about the so-called outside help rule a couple episodes ago. In Rule 3 of Death Battle, in Death Battle's rules, essentially the line is a fight cannot end due to something that's outside of the character's means. Like something else can't come in and end the battle. However, Inza and the souls of past Dr. Fates are literally in the amulet of Anubis. So he can just call upon that whenever. It's not like it's summoning something from another dimension or whatever. He's carrying it. He has it.
And it's
So he can do
intrinsic
it.
to the whole Fate character that it's a combination of a man and a god. So we're already kind of bending that rule just a little bit to include Fate in a death battle, period.
I mean, it's not bending it because
Well,
that is the character.
it is the character.
Like, it's not Kent Nelson versus Doctor Strange.
But it does require two people in order for Fate to exist as opposed
Sure.
to the...
But that, again, yeah, that's just the character.
But
I
it's
mean,
just the character.
it'd be the
I mean,
same
that's what
thing
I'm
as
saying.
putting, like, Vegito into a death battle.
Right, exactly.
Like, that's technically two characters.
It's technically two characters,
But they make one
character.
Right.
So, and it's the same thing. Like the
Vegeta
only
versus
reason why
Dr.
we
Fate coming soon.
the only reason why we show Inza in the final scene of the fight is to just reiterate the fact that it's all three of them as one being, you know, inside that helmet. So
I think it's easier to look at Inza being part of True Fate as less of, like, another character coming in and more like a power-up.
just an extra power boost.
Yeah, it's like a Chaos Emerald for
Yes.
Sonic or whatever. He
Yes.
gets a Chaos Emerald that's not outside help or whatever. He goes Super Sonic.
Exactly.
It's like the same kind of thing.
Yep.
It just happens to be a person this time, so not trying to
Or even just the soul of a person.
make it weird or anything, but like that might be the best way to look at it in terms of his arsenal. Okay. So, I mean, speaking of outside help, why didn't Strange get to summon other godly beings for aid, like Eternity? And I saw a couple of people asking about this. Like, Strange has, we kind of mentioned it a little bit in the recap that, like, True Fate is capable of overcoming the gods of his universe, while Strange by himself isn't. But, like, he's merged with Eternity and become super powerful, and he's worked with other godly beings to reach those kinds of powers.
Right. And arguably, when we included the bands of Sitarak and the Flames of the Faltine, he kind of does invoke the spirit of those gods to do those.
Yeah,
those
you're talking
spells.
about outside help or whatever. If either of them is breaking the outside help rule, it's strange because literally like half of his spells require him to pull power from some other god to make it happen.
But we had to feature those because they're so important to Strange's
This
character.
is part of his arsenal.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter necessarily.
It's not somebody else doing it for him.
Exactly. It's a good
I
throw.
missed. No, I missed.
Chad's just over here causing ruckus.
What else you got,
Tori and I
Ben?
are just hanging out for this part.
Okay.
What else you got, Ben? Let's do it. Torian, you're gonna take this next one.
All right, cool.
Oh, and also, it's good to mention. I wanted to mention that even Fate has summoned and worked with other gods like that before. So is Fate. Or wait, I might have said that wrong. Strange has summoned other gods and stuff
so
like
is
that.
Fate.
And so is Fate.
Yep.
Fate can call upon the Egyptian gods and even Jesus to do
He did. Yeah.
These characters obviously cause lots of
It's
controversy.
the first I've heard of this. Why did we not have him summon Jesus in Death Battle?
Yo, that'd be.
I don't want to do that.
Jesus is a peaceful dude. He's not really all about the death
Was he?
battle. Yeah.
Yes, he
Okay.
He was.
Wow.
We're gonna
moving on.
We're gonna just skate on past this one.
Hey,
So
all
about
right.
that next question, Ben.
That's the fairest.
Next question is, you said it yourself, Strange could have just willed Fate out of existence. So why didn't he just do that? AKA, why didn't Strange do blank to kill Fate? This is a question we get with literally every single episode. Why didn't they do this thing that they have in order to win?
Remember, Torian's got this one.
Okay, Torian, why didn't Strange do that?
I was on the edge of my seat for Ben's answer, and then I was like, oh wait, I gotta answer this one.
Why didn't he do that?
Because that'd be dumb.
No, he's absolutely right. Like, who wants to
Yeah, I
watch
know.
that?
That's dumb. So I feel like 70% of these characters, when we reach a certain power level, can just like fucking do that. Like
Just one shot another.
Superman can just look in you in your eyes and fucking kill you. Like, but we made a whole fight about it. Like when he just did that right away. Hey Goku, we're in the snow mountains or whatever. You want to get warm? Zap.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
But then we let Goku transform like 8 times and then did that. Like, cause that's cool. Like, that'd be dumb.
Well, okay, yeah. And in terms of the fight animation, yeah, well, we've had characters that,
But
theoretically the battle could just
not
end
even
very
like
quickly.
the fight animation though. Like that's like a boring thought, right?
Yeah, but it's something that we do.
We do have to consider.
Me and
it.
Ben's gonna. I know, but like me and Ben's gonna fight, right? If you just heard about this, right? And we're sitting. I'm about to tell you the story about how me and Ben fought. I was like, yeah, right. So I walked up to him, and he was like, yo, Tori, you've been saying stuff behind my back, and I was like, yeah, let's fight. And then he willed me out of existence. That's a shitty story. Like what? Was
I
that
also
it?
appreciate that you were the aggressor in that.
Like,
You were talking shit, and you went up to him to start the fight.
and then he just willed me out of existence. What?
I just snap and you're
now
gone.
what are you gonna do
Apparently I
for the
can do
other
this.
90 minutes of your stand-up? Like, what are you gonna do?
This is feedback for Marvel for Infinity War spoilers. Just saying.
Oh yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet, just so boring.
So boring, man.
No. But the
Let's be honest.
the real answer.
And real quick,
I mean,
though,
that's
can we-
part of the answer, I guess.
Can we take a moment to give him credit? Like he did good. He did way
He
better
did
than I thought he
great.
was gonna do.
He did great.
You were trying to embarrass him live? Why would we ever try to embarrass Torian live?
Yeah, who would do that? That'd be
Wait,
terrible.
what was I gonna be wrong about what I
No,
the answer?
it's fine.
Oh.
It's fine.
I was trying to give you credit.
Oh.
But it is.
We broke him. I think we
Well, no. This is a question that we see all the time. It's like, why didn't
Yes.
blank do?
Why didn't we? Exactly.
And as we mentioned in this episode, because there are lots of different ways these fights could go, obviously. And this fight in particular is one that's like, I kind of see it as if they fought 100 times, Strange would win 49 of them, Fate would win 51. And that's kind of what Death Battle tries to figure out, is who would be the most likely victor most of the time.
Well, and again, their skills are so diverse.
Yes.
And there's so many different ways things could play out.
And they all can do the same thing.
And they can all do the same thing, that it's like, why didn't Strange do blank?
Why didn't Fate do that?
Exactly.
Like, you could also
like,
say
it could
that.
go both ways. So, you know.
And that's basically the right.
We're really looking for that X factor, especially in this fight. That one thing that can kind of set them apart.
The
you
thing
know?
that puts them apart. And with Fate, it was specifically the fact that he can do everything but more.
Right.
because he's got his own, like Kent has his own superpowers. He's got the true fate ability on his person. He can do that on his own, whereas Strange needs help from other gods in order to do that. That sort of thing.
Yep.
All right, next question. I almost didn't put this on here because I thought this was a little obvious, but
Damn. All right.
a lot of people were asking this, and I think I can kind of understand why, because we did make kind of a big deal about it in the script, but it says, you said Strange was immortal, so how could fate kill him? And I saw a lot of people asking this.
Well, immortal from a longevity standpoint.
That is correct.
Like,
He will not age out,
right.
but he's not invincible.
Immortal-
I think the word you're looking for is invincible.
Yeah,
Yep.
or invulnerable. Immortal
Or
and invulnerable are different things.
Yeah,
Right.
Vegeta got that wrong. He's like, make
there's
me
actually-
immortal, and I'm like, I
In the panel,
don't know, Vegeta. I don't know if that's what you're
not what you're looking for.
in the comic panel where he's getting that immortality from the Ancient One is literally saying, so this is going to make sure that you can't age, but you can still die in battle.
Yeah.
So be careful. It's right there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Great. I love we brought
Death may come only from
Man.
without, aka in battle.
I like the new "I told you so" panel thing. You got.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah, I
want
know.
that to be the name.
Told you so
I
panel.
told
Bring it
you
up.
so panel.
We're not.
Look, we even got the credit in case you
just
want to look it up
answering
yourself.
questions.
He's
Dr.
just trying to
Strange.
say in the nicest way, look both ways before you cross the street, because that car can still kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just gave you the best genes ever, but cars.
Yeah, Vegeta's like,
stop those.
make me immortal. I was like, yo, Frieza's still gonna kick your ass. Like, what's happening here?
What if Frieza had been like, make me immortal, and then he just died anyway?
Right.
That would have happened. Like that. Like even if Frieza would have wished for immortality, Goku would have still killed him.
And if Goku didn't, Future Trunks would.
Yeah.
As we all saw.
Like-
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Strange is crafty. Couldn't he have outsmarted fate?
I feel like you already covered that in the
Yeah.
previous.
And again, it kind of all rolls back to like, there's not enough evidence to support that one is necessarily smarter than the other. Like, experience-wise,
Well, there kind of is. Because, like, a common argument I saw was that Strange typically does go up against more powerful opponents, and he's able to outwit them.
sure, and
Whereas
Fate usually
is
just
usually
he
be
just
more powerful.
steamrolls his way through everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can kind of understand that idea of like, well, should that translate to this episode? And that could be one of the many ways that Strange wins, but like,
But then a counter to that is like, you got this DVR helmet with 13 billion years of experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, what could possibly be smarter than that? Like,
And
that
even-
you have
even
all
if-
the knowledge of everything
Yeah.
since the beginning of anything.
so it is hard to quantify whether or not he is smarter. And even if we do give that to Strange, there's still only one thing
Right.
that he's got above Fate, whereas Fate has multiple other things that he's got.
You'd have to get him really good.
Again, like there are so many ways this battle could go, and Death Battle just looks at the most likely scenario. All right, and I think if they're both so powerful, speaking of which, why couldn't it have ended in a draw? And the short answer is we don't do that.
Yeah.
I know there are a couple death battles that end in draws. There are very, very specific reasons for those, and this just isn't that kind of episode.
Wait, what?
It-
It's only
What?
it's only been like two, right?
Yeah.
I can only think of two.
Two and a weird one.
Two
And a weird ending. Metal Sonic.
Yeah.
That one has its
really a
own.
draw.
Yeah, no, it's
It just
not a
had
draw.
different.
I was just
winner.
thinking of like strange endings. We got the two draws and then the one. Oh, then
mean,
two really strange endings.
That
To
was
be
the only-
fair-
the other two were basically like planned draws, like because they were just like fun, stupid episodes.
That's what I was gonna say. The
be fair,
episodes where
Eggman
we've
won
done
that.
that are not as
Yeah,
definitive.
because it's fucking Bieber versus Black.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
the worst thing we've ever done. And Chuck Norris versus Sega DeSancho,
Yep.
which was specifically
And it's
designed to just
The
not
Deadpool,
technically a
the
draw,
Pinkie Pie
but
one,
just
that's
still
a draw.
play.
Deadpool
Yeah,
versus
Deadpool, Pinkie Pie.
but again, that's because like they just break the rules anyway.
Right.
And then the Metal Sonic one was just how
We
saw it
legitimately
going.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing I want to talk about too. Is like even like when we have like a fun episode that may end weird, like Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie, we still like legitimately talk about it, and it's the scenario that we really do believe would play out with Deadpool having knowledge of being in death battle before and the way he can break the fourth wall. And like Pinkie Pie is just natural nature anyway. And like it would absolutely make sense that they would just be like, "We'll become friends. Fuck you."
Didn't Eggman-
And like
the only episodes that we've ever done, the only episodes that we've ever made that we knew the ending going into it were Bieber versus Black and Chuck Norris versus Sega de Sancho.
Yep.
Those are the only episodes. Every single one, every single other one, we didn't know. We were just like, okay, we're going to pit these characters in, regardless of whether or not it was a joke battle or something really serious. You know, like comparing like Smokey versus McGruff to Batman versus Spider-Man or Eggman versus Wily. We didn't know that's how it.
I know. I still remember that conversation. You and I were sitting in the office and we're talking about it. Like we're like at the end of the day, Ben was like, "There's nothing Wily can do to stop Metal Sonic." And then I'm like, "And well, his last resort thing that he'll do is he has the Robo-Enza virus, and he's gonna throw it on Metal Sonic." And we're just like.
And Metal Sonic doesn't even need it to turn.
Right, because he's already like a dick, and he already turns to like
Yeah.
having that, and he's like, and I remember Ben goes like, "So what? Like, Metal Sonic just kills them both?" And I was just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, probably." Like, and we really thought about it and looked into it some more, and we're like, "Shit, that's actually the way it goes."
Bonus question. Show's cool. Show's taking off. Everyone likes it. Why did you decide to do the Rebecca Black and Justin Bieber bit?
It was early.
That was early on.
Early on in Death Battle, and we just thought it would be fun.
Remember a couple episodes ago, again, going back to this, I talked about how season 1 of Death Battle had a lot of challenges and experimentation.
Right.
That was one of those big experiments to see
Okay.
what we could do with
I'm
it.
You
still
know
pissed
what?
YouTube broke when we released it.
Yeah.
I challenge the audience.
Oh.
Do you want to see something like that again? Let us know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. I don't mean it as a joke episode. I'm just like, are there some weird characters that exist outside of this kind of comics, video games, anime thing that we normally
I'll give
stick
them an
to?
example. I'll give them there is one that we've kind of like joked about doing because these two guys, they're real life people, but they also have like video games and movies and stuff that give them powers. Michael Jordan versus Michael Jackson.
Perfect.
Like,
yes.
would
Also,
that
Shaq. Shaq's another one.
Shaq would be another great.
Shaquille O'Neal, like those kinds of people who they have media to draw from where they get powers as themselves. Like, would that be something you're interested in seeing in Death Battle? You know, we could have fun with something.
That's a
like
title for you. Michael Jordan versus Michael Jackson versus Shaq. Why would you not click on that? Why would you not click on that? Like,
I'm a little worried about Kazam powers. Like Shaq.
Yeah, he just
Shaq's
turned
got a
to a
lot
fucking
going
genie.
for him. He's a genie and he was steel.
He was steel
so,
as
like,
well.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a
But-
community Death Battle on this.
Okay.
But
We'll see what people
Michael
think.
Jordan did Space Jam. He's
true.
got Toon Physics.
But he only has seen physics in the cartoon world.
None of
Anyway.
that rubbed off on
wait,
him.
what? No, I thought he did something weird in the real world.
Hang on, guys. We'll wait. We'll do this. We'll do
Okay,
a community
okay.
Death Battle.
All right,
I have
all right,
a
all right.
community Death
Yep.
Battle planned, but we'll
Let's-
actually make
all
that
right.
the next community Death Battle because that'll be fun. Okay, there's 2 more questions. One, when are you going to do another 3D animated battle? Please bring up the next episode that we're doing, please.
Yeah, Torian.
Look, Ryu versus Jin is next, and it's 3D animated by Torian.
That doesn't prove anything.
And team.
That's what we're doing.
That doesn't prove any. That doesn't prove it's 3D.
There's footage in the episode in Strange vs. Fate from your battle.
Nah, I don't believe you.
It's there.
How do you
It's
have
like
this-
10
how do you have
seconds of the
footage of
battle.
something I didn't make.
You already.
Steve.
The last question. Last question. This one is very important.
Just before we go on to that, I do want to say this this next fight. So Christina worked a little bit on Spyro versus Crash.
Yes.
But Ryu versus Jin will be kind of like the very first battle we released with like the full kind of new team that we have working on it. So it was Torian.
No, I'm gonna stop you. I still did most of the work. Just next question.
But they, damn. I was trying to give your team some credit, and you just fucking set them.
Nah,
I
on
hope
me.
they're watching.
On me.
Dave,
On me.
Dave, and
On me. On me.
Hey, Dave and Christina.
On me.
I just want to say I really appreciate all the
On
hard
me.
work on this episode.
On me.
It means a lot.
On
I don't know why.
I'm being shot.
I don't know why
On
this
me.
guy is allowed to give
On
you
me.
direction.
Or be on this show.
Or be
Like,
here
at this
now.
point.
Well, you know,
They're not on the show. They don't exist.
I was gonna say now
don't
Christina has to come on the
Christina's like, I
show.
don't want to go on the show that I work on.
Yep. Now she's
No,
gonna have to
doesn't
be on
exist. She got to prove me
It.
wrong.
Yeah, prove herself.
Sean's pulling wings off flies. You're throwing your employees under the bus. This is, man.
This is darkest timeline.
Taking
Yeah.
a bus. I'm taking a bus
Cast
from them.
right now.
I'm kicking them off the bus.
Okay, well, hopefully this improves it. I'm curious, Sean, as a writer, did Dr. Fate ever get his pizza?
I almost spit my drink out.
Yeah. But it turned out to be a flatbread, and he was super pissed.
No.
He could just change it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Then why did he go order it anyway?
He didn't need to.
He destroyed reality instead of changing the pizza. That's how mad he
I
was.
feel like he could have
Chad.
just made his own pizza.
I mean, he's got to try some handmade pizza every so often. Like when you magic into existence, that's magic made pizza.
Yeah,
Handmade.
it's.
Why don't you magic in the people who can make you handmade pizza?
There you go. Now you're thinking.
Dr.
Just
Fate's not that big of a dick.
That's another level of like laziness. You
No, but that's the only way you're gonna really get the pizza you want is just magic in the pizza. The people
What's
that make
the difference
pizza.
from you magicking in the pizza than magicking in the people?
Well,
making
Ben
pizza?
was alluding
It's
that
not-
there was
you
some
don't-
sort of
you don't know if it's
handcrafted
farm
element that
fresh.
he might have
He
been.
don't know
can
where it
magic. He
came
can
from.
magic in handcrafted results.
I mean, I
You
guess
don't
so.
have to magic in the people.
I don't know if it,
Actual
it's not
handcrafted.
really handcrafted if it's magic crafted.
Why? It's magic. You can make anything.
I know it won't be the best performing title, but I'm very tempted to title this episode "Did Dr. Fate Get His Pizza?"
Also, I noticed in the chat, T. Douglas 19 is he says, I was expecting them to cross paths with Chuck Norris and Sega DeSancho with all the dimension hopping in the Strange vs. Fate battle.
Oh, really?
And I would recommend you go watch that episode again.
Watch it again. It was awesome.
You might have missed it. It's
You gotta
Torian
watch-
did it.
but you might have missed it.
I didn't do it, but it was awesome.
He did all of it.
I seen it. Yes, right. No, I didn't.
Apparently.
I would never take that away from Luis.
Luis, Zach, Caius,
Who's those other
Kid, all those animators
He's
who worked on it. Amazing guys.
Our
Not
fucking
even-
awesome
not
animators
even
we
a
worked
thing.
with forever, that you
Luis?
also have worked with forever and like their work.
Who, Luis? I just met him.
No, and what
Oh
are
my
you
God.
talking?
Just me.
Who are you?
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
Okay, we need to move on. We need to move on and find out what's going on.
Setting in.
I forgot that was a thing.
Are we good?
Look at that.
And I
Are we
was
good?
My
confused
Topo
by that
Chico just
question.
magicked
What's
itself
going
full.
on?
Wow, that's amazing.
What's happening?
It's like you're Doctor Strange.
I did that thing that Doctor Strange did.
No, you just put up another one.
It's called movie magic. It only works if you believe. All right.
All right.
Torian apparently doesn't believe in anything today. Certainly not his employee.
I do believe in.
Oh my God.
What's Shaquille O'Neal's genie?
Kazam.
Kazam.
Shazam. I do. He made all the candy bars. Man, as a kid, that was the best shot of my life.
I love that you remember that.
That was the best shot of my life. He made all those candy bars.
All right,
not the
Ben, save the
conversation I was
podcast. Ben,
expecting.
save it.
Let's talk about E3 because that happened.
God,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
February 22nd, 2019. It's all coming out.
Every game
Everything. Every game ever.
ever. Sean and I were out at E3 this week. So it was really cool. I got to check out Smash. I'm super excited about that. I got to do an interview with Nintendo, and then they took us over to the booth, and we just got to play it. So
What do you think of the new characters, Richie and?
I played Ridley and Inkling. So Ridley's really cool. All his moves are like, they feel really good. Like his down smash, he like slams down, right? He's a big character though.
I actually forgot to ask, was Daisy playable?
No.
She's just Peach, but like, poor Daisy getting shafted. Although not as bad as Waluigi.
Waluigi, yeah. No, every day the Smash subreddit is so mad. Like, since the announcement, like, there have been so many posts of all this Waluigi stuff. Somebody drew, like, a comic, and,
He's like
man,
an assist trophy though. Right?
He's, well,
it's
see, and
funny.
that's like a fuck you. They,
It's
they,
funny.
they all,
in the actual trailer, he shows up as an assist trophy, and they're like, "We're gonna use Waluigi as the example to show how you can KO assist trophies." So I can't remember which character that was. It's just like beating the shit out of
out of him?
Waluigi and then killing him.
yeah. It was like
Instead of him being in Smash.
So
very
Waluigi
funny.
is probably like the #1 requested character in Smash that hasn't been in it. Like of
Oh, I was about to- I was
let's
about to
say
say, I thought it was
of
better.
a Nintendo property. Okay.
Okay.
And so people keep clamoring for it, and they announced there weren't going to be any more characters, and people were really mad. And the next Smash. Then it all started up again. Surely Waluigi's going to be in it, and like. It was like the most ultimate fuck you from Nintendo. Because first you see the assist trophy, and you're like, maybe that's like an illusion that he'll beat. Oh no, and then they just beat the ever living hell out of it. So
I don't know if Waluigi's that requested. Like it's a
Oh.
big meme. A lot of people.
I think it's
more
literally
so a big meme.
It's a big meme.
Requested.
If anything, I see him being an Echo character for somebody later.
maybe. But I got to play Smash. It was cool. So like I said, Ridley, super huge character. Seems fun. I don't know where he's gonna fall into like the tier list because like he's really big, kind of slow. Has some decent tools and like has some pretty good poke.
compared to DDD because you played DDD a lot. Faster or slower?
With his side B, he probably has more mobility, so he's probably a little bit of a faster character. That said, like, if you know your character right anyway, like, you know what to do in certain scenarios. And so, like, DDD's down tilt helps him a lot. I'm not gonna get into like the real nerdy stuff for this, but anyway, really seems super fun. But Inkling's really good. The mechanics of being able to, so you can throw ink on a player and then they take increased damage. Also the ink
From everybody.
Yeah, and
not
also
just the Inkling.
yeah. So they actually didn't confirm that for me.
Daniel did later.
Okay, good, great. So they were trying to. They said they were like, oh, I'm not sure, but I think that's the case. But yeah, so if somebody's ink, they take more damage. Also, the ink roller, it roots people, which is just brutal. And it's like it's fast. It's this huge radius. Inkling's gonna be really good, like partner in 2v2, and then also just like if you're doing like 4-player Smash, like Inkling is just mad annoying. Because you're like trying to fight somebody and then this bastard just comes in rolling this giant thing of ink and like rooting you, and it leaves a huge trail, which then if you walk in it slows you down. Character's real good. There weren't many changes to Ike. I'm trying to think. We didn't have a lot of time to play, so I just played a couple of things. But no, it seems pretty cool. I really enjoy what they're doing with the directional air dodging, and honestly, I'm a fan of the diminishing returns on like shield rolling, because we all have those people who, just roll a lot. Yeah, that's right. You laugh because I'm trying to find you out there, Gerardo.
I don't know why. There he is. Whoa. I don't know why Ben's searching. Ben is the bakery. He is the role. You're the role they put in Smash. Like, you are holding down role as we play Smash.
Do you not remember?
I'm the one jumping around with Pit.
No.
Yeah, he's always in the air.
No.
No, and he
when
rolls.
he hits the ground, I never see his characters idle because he's always rolling.
Well, he rolls back and forth when he's playing footsies. Gerardo, I've literally watched back roll across the whole map.
That's very funny.
Purpose just to piss you off.
Yes. No, you didn't. He said he did it on purpose.
You be
just to piss
standing
us off.
there.
You did not.
You know like
anyway,
you play a fighting game and you stand there and you kind of like feel each other out. He'll just roll. You're just like, okay, all right, I didn't do anything.
so I'm looking forward to it. This will probably frustrate some people, but for me, Smash 4 is my favorite Smash ever. Like I love it, and
I think that's fair.
That's very fair.
I mean, like,
very
much
good.
people ever just like the Melee crowd's like, fuck you, die. But like,
Melee's popular, but it's not a better game.
I think most Melee players understand that Smash is a more fun game in general, just because Melee appeals to a very specific kind of play style, whereas Smash 4 kind of is more broad in terms of like what each character can do. Because of that, it doesn't really line up with the fighting game style or the fighting tournament sort of style.
I mean, it
because
can.
there are so many characters that don't necessarily balance too well, so it becomes a lot of turtling.
Yeah, I mean,
runaway games and things like that.
Yeah,
Whereas Melee isn't quite the same thing.
yeah, I mean, I think the reason people like watching Melee is that it's faster and people have
that's
been
what I'm
playing it
saying.
forever
It's
and
like-
with wave
like-
dashing and shit.
Rosalina is so boring to watch
Yes.
because she just stands.
She
and
is,
throws
Ben.
stuff, things like that. Yeah, I play Rosalina. So
Well, they increase
I know,
the damage in 1v1s, so that should make them faster.
but that's what I'm talking
Right,
about.
that's true. But so it's cool. So basically, they're taking Smash 4. They're gonna add every character that's ever been in Smash, including Snake. It's still voiced and now voiced by David Hayter, which is good. And they're also taking a lot of tweaks to characters. And like Nintendo was still very like when I was talking with them, they were like, we're still like very much like. What you see here could very much change by the time stuff comes out.
Yeah.
So, and that's an incredible task. That's a huge roster to try and deal with balance and stuff. And so, like, I've already seen, like, as a DDD main, I'm super excited. I saw the little trailer on DDD, and, like, just the fact that he can now suck up a Gordo and spit it out, huge change to his gameplay. Because if you can keep that and you can pocket that, like, think of the combos that that'll allow. You get somebody into something, and as they get knocked back, then you Gordo spit them until,
Well, what about some other games? Say about any others?
Yeah, so Smash was cool. I got to play Pokemon. It was cool. It's Pokemon. It's on console. The capturing system is actually a little bit less intuitive than Pokemon Go. But I got to use that Pokeball controller. So that was, it's got 2 buttons and then.
Did you play anything, Sean?
I think that's
I played all those as well. I also played Destiny's new Gambit game mode, which seems okay, but definitely not enough to like get me into the game for more than a week or 2.
Oh, they'll kill more characters. You better play again. They already killed
Yeah,
Nathan Fillion.
Yep.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Wait, is he actually dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They straight up, like they.
I saw the trailer or whatever. And
We talked to Deej about it.
Yeah, I saw.
How did they do that? That doesn't make sense. It's
I
like
don't
their
think
most popular character.
I don't think they could afford to pay him anymore.
No, it's probably what it was, and it's a controversial thing that we can hype up around it. But it's seriously, it's just like you
it?
stopped playing Destiny 2. You did this, and then they kill him.
Killed Cade 6.
Yeah, somebody laid out. Did you see the memorial People laid out a Gate 6 memorial. Like, was it that in LA?
Yeah, it was right in front of the convention hall.
There it goes. So like somebody went and set up like
They're
the
putting
traditional
flowers
like the
out.
roses and the candles and like the pictures of Gate
Strange
6.
move.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it was a marketing technique that kind of turned into like a fun little like pay respects on the way into the convention center to Dead Cade. But yeah, he's gone. So that's like a kind of a weird choice. I played Spider-Man.
Fun with your dead game, Destiny
Oh
player.
yeah, there it is. See, check it out. Like that was on the.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Little memorial.
So good.
Okay, well, that's weird. All right.
I played Spider-Man. I definitely think that that's like outside of God of War, that's going to be the PlayStation game to get.
Okay.
Sure.
It looks good. They
Fantastic.
honestly didn't do
Very,
the best
very,
job
very-
showing it off initially at the PlayStation conference. Afterwards, they I feel like they did a much better job showing off all the things you can do in the game.
Yes, the first demo with the QuickTime events was not necessarily the best foot forward.
Yep.
But I played 15 minutes in the open world, where I did just a bunch of little activities where I stopped a purse robber and then went and got one of my old backpacks that I left stuck on a wall for some reason, and then just kind of walked around and had you'd walk by some kids and they'd be like, Spider-Man, and they'd be like pop a selfie really quick.
Yeah.
And then I fought Shocker actually in a bank heist,
All right.
and
nice.
it was a cool fight. And-
Electro?
No,
Shocker.
Shocker.
Oh, got it.
The one with the yellow is. No, that is
yeah.
Electro. Wait, Shocker's the one with the fist.
He's the brown
Got
and
it.
gold.
Cool.
He was in the
Yeah,
last
Spider-Man has
Homecoming.
2 electric villains.
I forgot.
Yeah, though
weird.
Shocker's a little more like it's not sound waves, but it is like
concussive type of thing?
pulse
Yeah.
blast
Yeah.
stuff.
Got it.
And the fight was good. So
Nice.
yeah,
Cool.
that game seems like it's going to be great.
I could talk more about like the conferences and stuff, but maybe we'll do that in the post show.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I want to
know
tell
you have
you
a story
about
the
Sony.
Sony conference. We'll talk about that in the sudden death post
You
show.
didn't like that conference?
For first members,
Hell
we
no.
air that every.
We'll get to
I think
We'll get to it.
weekend.
I think the other 2 real big surprises for me were Sekiro being revealed.
Yeah.
That looks pretty wild, and the
Shadows
fact that,
Die Twice.
Yep, Shadows Die Twice, and they're not going to do any multiplayer, which makes me really excited for just how well crafted the single player experience will be. And then Ghost of Tsushima.
Except you forgot one very important thing, Sean. The best game of the
Oh yes, is Maneater. Absolutely.
You guys see
It's a shark RPG where you play a shark.
If you can please.
I haven't heard about that.
Oh, you should pull up the trailer to Maneater.
Yes.
If we can do that.
Anybody
It
who's
is
back there, please.
awesome. So the PC.
What?
The PC conference was like
It was just
real slow. Like,
It always is though.
yeah, right. I know. No one really looks forward to it, which is a shame because I love PC games. And then the trailer for Maneater plays.
Gosh.
And it's just masterfully done. So watch this.
Watch it.
So take a look at this. You're
How
looking at this
long
and you're
is
like,
this?
It's like maybe 90 seconds.
yeah. So you're watching and it's like it seems like we're gonna maybe do some sort of like life exploring like sim,
another
sim
ocean
game,
sim
like
game,
or
you
whatever,
know?
right?
All right.
All right, it's cool. Like, what's it gonna be? Oh wait, there's a shark. Okay, that's cool. I guess there's sharks in this area, but we're gonna maybe Ferris wheel and then oh shit, it's killing everyone.
Whoa!
Oh yeah,
And just jumped on that boat and did like a roundhouse kick with the fish?
because that is
Oh,
the main
shit.
character. You play as the fucking shark, and you level up,
You have a skill
In a
shark
skill tree.
system.
and your
Like,
goal is to murder
There's
people.
narrative behind it. Like it is the hidden gem of E3 2018.
I'm all about this game.
Tripwire Interactive's publishing it. It's being developed by some indie studio that's never really made anything else, but they've been working on this for a minute, I guess.
I'm all about this.
It's
Yep.
legit single player
can be a
role-playing
shark
game where you are a
and
shark.
eat people.
Longer fins, bigger teeth. Like, I hope I get legs and I just become a land shark and I go running up on that.
That would be hilarious.
Just eating fools.
Maybe you can summon other sharks and do a Sharknado.
Exactly. Yes, that's like, oh man, Ben,
Yeah.
killing it.
It just has,
Possibilities
like,
are endless.
It just has like this whole anime story.
Dude, I hope.
Yeah.
You just get like a motley crew of other sharks.
Back in the day, sharks
Like
Yeah,
somebody
but-
killed your
Sharks
shark
ruled
mom
the
and
land
dad, you know?
until the
You're like a
humans
little
banished
bit
them to the
shark.
sea.
Gurren Lagann,
The
but
shark
sharks.
shows up that has Sasuke's hair.
Yes,
It's great.
It's my rival.
sharks gay.
Shark's gay. All right. Well, we'll talk more about E3 in sudden death for first members. But right now, it's time for the community death battle. All right. This week is Mr. Incredible. versus Wreck-It Ralph?
This one is much harder to determine
Yeah.
than I was
I don't think
initially
so, no.
anticipating.
A little bit. So, as with all community death battles, you can let us know who you think wins using the hashtag DeathBattleCast throughout the week. And we have some answers from you guys off of Twitter using that hashtag. So let's go ahead and bring up the answer from Society is a Mess for Team Incredible. And he says, Mr. Incredible has near invulnerability, which makes him pretty damn tough. Ralph may be able to withstand the Mentos volcano and could possibly match Bob's strength, but the difference in experience is far too great. Mr. Incredible gets my vote. All right.
I'm looking at his stat sheet, and I think they're underestimating his intelligence. He's smarter than that. I don't know.
I have seen the new Incredibles movie. I don't think these guys have.
No.
Did they dumb him down? Did they Joey him?
No, but
Okay.
He's just got dad brain, man. He's just trying to take care of 3 kids. What are
it's
you gonna
pretty
do?
much what you would expect, obviously, in terms of that regard. And then we got an answer for Ralph from Stripes. And he says, Ralph was able to handle himself in an alien invasion, showing off his survivability. He survived that long fall down into the volcano, where Mr. Incredible experienced some back problems. And that was before he trained up. As Mr. Incredible put it himself, he's not strong enough. Oh, that's okay. All right. Good arguments. Good
I
arguments.
feel like,
Good.
sorry, I feel like all Ralphs.
Real quick before you begin, make sure to go vote. Sorry, I need to do this like right off. The bat.
No, yeah,
Make
do
sure
it,
to
do
go
it, do it.
vote in the poll. It's linked in the chat, and we will bring up the poll at the end of this to see who wins. All right, sorry, Torian, go ahead. Sorry, man, I had to do it. I
feel
can't
like-
wait till later.
You're fine. I feel like all Ralph's strength feats are like very specific because he's in a game that has very specific rules, right?
Sure, but the movie does show that those don't apply to just his game. He goes to other games and he's still super strong.
Didn't he just
Yes, but still. So that still kind of stands, right? Because even if it's a different game, it's still a game that has rules. And
Well,
There are
whole point is they're breaking
mechanics
the
in
rules of the
universe that he
games.
had- But what
I guess
the one
you're
thing
right.
I don't understand is Ralph is clearly designed to just wreck stuff.
Yep.
Like that's what he does, and then
does he
Felix
like
fixes it.
automatically?
Well, I just don't really understand how great he would be in a fight necessarily.
Is he like? Are you saying
mean,
he's
he's
like
super
One
strong.
Punch Man?
No, I
or-
understand. Like I'm not debating his strength. I just mean using his strength to aid him in a fight.
But that's why they specifically cited when he went into the alien game, because he's like fighting a bunch of the aliens.
What aliens?
Well,
They're not- but the aliens
okay.
are a mindless horde that he's basically.
He also
just-
doesn't really fight.
Not
I think
really,
that
he
this is
runs
gonna be
away,
I think
yeah.
this is going to be the biggest difference with these two. I do think Ralph is stronger because he can take down
Physically,
buildings.
I agree.
He can physically punch down
Yes.
buildings. Mr. Incredible, I'm not going to spoil the new movie, but like I was watching his feats in the new movie, and at one point he does take some like big iron chains like from a giant boat, and he can like bend them. So he's like effortlessly. So he's really strong. I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that he could punch down a building, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to see, because like he threw that giant metal robot and stuff, and like I know he.
Yeah, it's not as far as you might be remembering, though. He throws it like 20 feet or something like that.
But he can definitely take a hit.
Oh, for sure. He's very strong, and he's not near invulnerable. It takes a lot to take him out, but the same can be said for Wreck-It Ralph, and I think he is stronger. However, Ralph, whenever he gets in a combat situation, yeah, he might be able to survive, but most of that is because he just runs away. Like he doesn't have a fighter's mind. He's
right.
Not
It's
gonna,
not. It's not in his character
Right.
to know how to
He's
fight.
Not a
the
lot of
big
combat
soft tufty, or not tough.
Tufty.
Tufty.
I
like
like
that.
He's the big softy. He's the big tough softy,
Yes.
basically. Whereas Mr. Incredible has been a superhero for years.
Yep.
He's patrolled the streets. He's fought crime.
I wouldn't
really good at fighting.
doubt that in all the years that Mr. Incredible has been fighting supervillains, there isn't some sort of approximate version of Wreck-It Ralph that
It's
existed
funny
in his
you
universe.
should say that. Again, I'm not going to spoil this new movie. There is another strong character. He's not able to take him out by himself. Not going to say anything else.
That's good to know, though.
I'm gonna say Mr. Incredible.
I'm gonna say Mr. Incredible. He might just
I'm gonna go
finesse
Mr.
him.
Incredible.
He's just gonna finesse him. Like
Interesting. All right.
Rackets. I mean, yeah, he's stronger, but you need that combat.
And
prowess.
while I acknowledge that the later versions of Mr. Incredible do require the aid of the Incredibles team to like best deliver on those victories, still he was the lone wolf for a long time.
Sure.
That's how he landed Elastigirl.
He made a name
was
for
number
himself
one,
as Lone Wolf.
you know.
Yeah. He was one of, if not the most successful.
I think he was the
popular
most
Yeah, yeah.
successful, at least for his age,
Yeah.
the age of superheroes
He's one of
he was
them.
in.
I think I got to lean towards Incredible as well.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be tough for him to figure out a way to take down Ralph
Well,
permanently.
because like Ralph falls off of like buildings and shit every day, and he's fine.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Like I don't know how you would kill him, and there's really not gonna be any evidence in the movies of how he
Well,
might
okay,
die.
wait a minute,
Just
wait a
throw
minute.
Ralph into the sun?
Hold on, because Ralph.
I don't think he's trying to do
Ralph
that.
went. He fell towards the. He fell towards the
Mentos volcano?
Mentos volcano, and it seems like he was gonna die, and Penelope saved him.
If he fell into the, what is it's not lava.
soda.
It's
Like-
soda.
It's soda.
Is it like
Because
boiling soda? or
yeah, because the
something?
Mentos fall into it and it makes it all.
It's a
react
chemical
and
reaction.
explode.
It's
Oh,
not
right,
like
right,
a
right.
So like,
heat thing.
she saves him. Like
It
he
does
doesn't-
imply that he's going to die from that.
Yeah.
We don't really know if he would though.
His weakness is soda.
Is that what we
I mean,
figured
it's
out?
Gonna
Because
stop his
giant
heart.
soda.
He's a big dude.
It's giant
Oh,
reactive
no.
soda. Like, isn't that what killed the giant thing he was fighting?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they'll just keep fighting until Ralph eventually dies of diabetes. There you have it.
Man, this
Okay,
is sad
sure.
and real.
Well, we got votes for Mr. Incredible. Let's go ahead and bring up the poll. See what you guys said. And our winner is. Oh my God! Okay. All right, I see what's
All
going
right,
on.
it's up to me.
I glanced at the chat and I saw you guys saying, "Let's make it a tie, everybody."
All right.
I saw you guys setting that up.
Come on, somebody can offset
It's
this
up to
right
me.
now.
It's up to me.
Is it still going?
Is it up to me?
Is it still live?
Well,
Is that up to me?
since the four of us
First one
voted
1 more percent.
for Mr. Incredible, there's 4 votes that lean towards Mr. Incredible that aren't being
That's true.
accounted
Our
for.
we go.
votes, our
vote for
votes
Wreck-It
added
Ralph.
do say Mr.
Dude,
Incredible.
we've never had a 50.
I vote for Wreck-It Ralph.
That's interesting. I wonder if
I need two more people.
maybe we should do this death battle.
Come on.
Maybe.
Mr.
I don't
Incredible
know.
versus Wreck-It Ralph. We gotta watch the new movie for Wreck-It Ralph now,
Yep.
where he tries to break
Yeah.
the internet.
I mean, they both have 2 movies. So it'd be kind of perfect. It's not like, a lot of people, or we did a previous community death battle with the Incredibles versus Fantastic Four. And obviously the Fantastic Four are going to win because they have like a million more just pieces of media in general
Dude, and they've
to
done
draw.
some
And comic
insane
history.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's like, yeah, maybe Incredible could fight the thing,
There's
but
just not enough lore back there.
yeah, it's a perfect example of that, which isn't always the case for battles, but like in this case, it absolutely is.
usually a
But
safe
against
bet.
Ralph, it's not the same thing. It's not a factor.
Interesting.
Maybe we'll do it. All right. What's our next community?
So our
death
community
battle?
death battle. Well, do you guys want to do what we were talking about, like Michael Jordan versus Shaq or something like that?
We could. What's the other one you had?
Ridley
Oh.
versus Spyro,
Ridley versus Spyro.
as requested by Aaron Jerem.
I think it's let's because of Smash. Now's the time. Talk
Yeah,
about Ridley.
yeah, let's do it.
Maybe we'll do that next week.
Okay, we'll do Ridley versus Spyro, and you can let us know who you think wins and why using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter, and then we will, if you want us to do Michael Jordan versus Michael Jackson versus
Shaquille O'Neal
Shaquille O'Neal, let us know.
versus Dennis Rodman because he's just a weirdo.
He can just be there cheering him on. Like he's just happy for
Kill
everybody.
him really quick.
What was that cop movie? Face Off. No, it wasn't Face Off. Damn it. The movie Dennis Rodman was in. He plays like a cop.
Oh,
He like blows up a whole building.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Damn it. Somebody in broadcast.
All right. Well, I mean, we got to wrap this up. But next week, unfortunately, we will have to pre-record again.
Double take?
Something like that.
So, something like that, yeah. So, we will actually be having this community death battle, the poll up on Twitter over the weekend. We don't usually do this. Obviously, we prefer to do the live vote. But because we have to pre-record this early on next week, we will have the vote over Twitter, at Screw Attack on Twitter. You can go there and vote when this goes up. And we will find out who wins between Ridley and Spyro next week. And of course, you can use hashtag DeathBattleCast again to let us know why you think your preferred victor wins. All right, and with that basically wraps everything up. So
See you guys next time.
Yeah.
yeah.
bye.